Oh no, The Fallen.
The Fallen. Megatronus. Started the Decepticons. He's on fire all the time. Shoots a mean three-pointer. And I think he's cool. Which is why today I've gathered a hopefully complete list of all of the Fallen's toys and merchandise. And when I say complete, I mean it. I've found some weird stuff, and I've left no stone unturned. Unless it was like a really heavy stone you couldn't lift, or like one of those ones where you like lift it over and there's like a ton of like little bugs under it. But besides that, all the stones.
So let's get started with all of his transforming figures. His first figure was in 2007 in the Titanium series. It's based on the original version of the Fallen introduced in the Dreamwave comics. He never actually transformed in those comics, although they did design a tank mode for him. And this figure does turn into a Seibertronian tank, but not that one from the concept art, it's its own little original design. This figure is also strangely more based on a Megatron design from those comics, with the Fallen's head and colors and stuff added on, and I really love how they were able to get the flames on this dude. In 2009, the Revenge of the Fallen movie released, with the Fallen as the main villain, so of course he got tons of figures. He didn't transform in this movie either, and the comics even say he doesn't have an alternate mode at all, but for the toys, they gave him this cool spaceship mode called the Seibertronian Destroyer. First up, we have his Legends class figure. I really like this guy. I like to pretend this is what Bayverse Micronus Prime would probably look like. Then we have this Voyager figure, his main figure for that movie. I might kinda like this one a little bit. That figure was re-released in the Toys R Us exclusive Gathering at the Nemesis set. There was also this Target exclusive Fiery Orange deco for that figure. Then we have this 2010 Tokyo Winter Wonder Festival exclusive Flamey deco for that figure. No, it's not the same as the last one. The orange plastic here is actually translucent. Then we got this Kmart exclusive, very similar Fiery deco for that Legends figure. And in 2010, we got this figure that actually retooled that earlier Voyager to be a lot more accurate how he looked in the movie. Some new hands to hold his staff, and a head that can be taken off.
Give me your faith.
And also some interesting colors.
Yo, I'm really sorry, okay?
What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?
Burger King had this little figure of the Fallen you could get in your kids' meal. He turns into a little Decepticon emblem. And they actually just revealed they're coming out with some Transformers 1 toys at Burger King, so I'm super excited to see how those turn out. Megatronus was the final big villain for Robots in Disguise 2015's first season, so he got a lot of figures. Starting with this little Legion class guy from the Optimus vs. Megatron 2-pack. This deluxe that has his mask down, interestingly, and was only available in American Toys R Us stores. Then there was this Warrior class that retooled that figure to have the mask up, and changes the color slightly. Not really sure why this one's called the Warrior class when it's a retool of a deluxe. The Japanese release of this figure also has some better paint. He also had a Mega 5-step changer, originally exclusive to Toys R Us, but showed up at Ross and TJ Maxx later too. Next, there was a redeco of his Legends class toy with some darker colors in the Japanese exclusive Team Bumblebee vs. Megatronus set. Outside of Robots in Disguise 2015, we have this little guy from the Power of the Primes line. They made figures of all 13 Primes, so of course, Megatronus Prime had this little dude, and you can stick him inside some bomb burst armor. Combiner Wars Special Edition Blastoff came with a redeco of that figure, with more of his cool red flames showing. Next, the Fallen got his long-awaited Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Leader class figure. He's got his staff, that face-off action, and some odd but apparently accurate blue colors. It says he turns into a Seibertronian spacecraft instead of the Seibertronian Destroyer, because I guess we just can't have cool stuff anymore. A figure based on his original comic design, being redecoed from War for Cybertron Onslaught, was mocked up for a Japanese fan poll in Transformers Generations Volume 1, but didn't win the vote and so was never released. And in 2025, if rumors are to be believed, we might be seeing a new leader class figure of the Fallen, most likely based on that Dreamwave design, I'd bet.
Well, that's all the transforming figures of the Fallen we've gotten so far, but before I get to the next section, there is one more place we could check. On the far corners of the dark web, there are some people that think that brand licenses are optional. That's right, we're talking about the third party.
Iron Factory has Chaos Raven. Make Toys has Chaos Paladin, which is for some reason a Power Core Combiner. Black Mamba released this upscaled version of his Studio Series toy. And finally, a little something in the middle of third party and official. The company Toy Hacks made some stickers to put on Combiner Wars Trailbreaker that turn him into the Fallen, also based on that Dreamwave design. That was all of his transforming figures. Now on to his other figures. In 2009, there was this Robot Replicas figure focused on accuracy and a little bit of articulation. This mini clip figure. 7-Eleven had this minifigure of the Fallen that came on top of a straw. There was this Robot Heroes figure of him released in the Battle of the Fallen box set. And some art of that dude's also on the Robot Heroes board game. The 2015 Tiny Titans blind bag line had this little figure, based off not his 2015 Robots in Disguise design, but his Covenant of Primus design, interestingly. And it's also called Megatron instead of Megatronus for some reason. The Robots in Disguise 2015 magazine, issue 27, came with this little Megatronus figure with this orange weapon thing. The Prime 1 Studios statue line, Jet Power Optimus Prime, comes with the Fallen's command staff and his spark. Flame Toys Kurukara Kuri line had this amazing figure based on his Dreamwave design, and it even lights up. Next up, we have all of the non-figure merch and stuff with the Fallen on them. There was this awesome t-shirt that I want to wear, seriously considering buying this. And a couple other t-shirts with the teaser poster on them. There was this dog tag by Popdeck. And another dog tag from Topps. A collectible coin. And this keychain. And this other keychain. The Topps Revenge of the Fallen cards had this card, and this one with the bio on the back, and one of those might actually be a sticker. The Age of Extinction Topps cards had this card of the Fallen. There were some sticker sheets with the Fallen on them. A 2013 card from the company Breygnt that actually mentions his at-the-time status of multiversal singularity. A set of Robots in Disguise 2015 playing cards have the Fallen as the King of Spades. There was this eHobby exclusive card of the Fallen based specifically on his Titanium series figure for some reason. Pretty cute. A wall decal. There was this Top Trumps card which puts his disguise at 8 even though he doesn't have one. And his height is NA for some reason. The Universal Studios exclusive Transformers battle cards feature 3 cards of the Fallen. This one with his stats. The same one with a different photo that also mentions he's omniversal. And this one with a breakdown of all his gadgets and abilities. I'm like 99% sure they just made all of this up, but I guess it's some cool extra details about him. The Transformers Missile Mania board game had a game piece of the Fallen, which looks to be directly based on his Voyager figure. On the Revenge of the Fallen calendar, the Fallen is May, which is like such a missed opportunity to not do any of the fall months. I really like how the Fallen has his own little logo on a lot of this merchandise too. The Fallen, of course, also has a ton of games and books and comics. I'm not going to list all of that here. You should just go to the TFWiki to find all that. And finally, we have a couple little fun facts about the Fallen and just stuff I wanted to mention. The Fallen appeared in the Kreo manga, directly based on his Titanium series toy again for some reason. I really love this little guy. I wish he was something you could buy in real life. The Tuner Skids figure had this funny bumper sticker. The video game Splatoon featured a Transformer Splatfest with Autobots vs. Decepticons, where Megatronus represented the Decepticon side. And at this point, Megatronus hadn't actually appeared physically in the show yet, only revealing himself in an episode a week after this Splatfest. so unless you'd seen his toys already, this was the reveal of Megatronus for you. In the Shattered Glass universe, instead of being constantly on fire, the Fallen is constantly on ice. Did you know that the Fallen was the only character to initially be designed by Dreamwave president Pat Lee? The Fallen is also in this incredible M&M's ad with Michael Bay. And Transformers 1 is coming out in just a few months. Rumor is that some of the Primes might get a mention, and maybe this shot in the first trailer could be the Fallen?
Hey guys, it's me Nathan editing the video you're watching right now. And I realized I forgot a couple things. We have 2 more cards of the Fallen, I think from Topps. One of these might also be a sticker, maybe? I know that set of Topps cards was supposed to have stickers in it, but I don't know which ones were stickers. And then there's also this card from the Japanese exclusive card game Heat Scramble. Seems to me to be one of those card games where there's like a bunch of properties in it. But from what I can find, there's only Transformers ones. And there's really not a lot about this card game on the internet. But there is this wonderful art of the Fallen. I've seen this art before, I've loved it. Never knew where it came from. I have managed to find this image, which shows like the whole set of cards. You can see this card really tiny, what it should look like with the text on it. I don't know how someone got a hold of this without the text. I messaged the dude who uploaded this to TFWiki on Twitter. I hope he gets back to me. But this also, interestingly, at the bottom there, you can see another card with the Fallen on it. Very cool. I wish we could get that in better quality. And lastly, I just thought I'd show you guys all of my figures of the Fallen that I own. I have the Studio Series figure. Very nice. I got 2 of that Voyager figure. And then I have his little 7-Eleven figure I got in a lot from eBay. Just recently, while making this video, I found a Titanium series of the Fallen, missing his stand, but I got him for like $7 total with shipping. Really nice deal. So yeah, I'm hoping to get, honestly, I don't have a single Megatronus from Rotf in this guy's 2015. I gotta get one of those. I want that deluxe. Just waiting to find it for like a good price, yeah. And I also own his head on some cardboard. I want a full-size cardboard cutout someday. But I just made this as like a test. Oh, and I also have his Universal Studios battle cards. But I've saved the best for last. There is one more piece of the Fallen merchandise. I probably was never meant to see this. Had to jump through some real hoops to get it. But I managed to find a photo of the Fallen as a baby. I think the feds are after me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece of merchandise for the Fallen was. And credit for all the music and photos I used are going to be in the description.
Let's roll.